The BBC Asia Network is part of the BBC network. That's the one that you and me as taxpayers have to pay for. Well, let's look at what the BBC Asia Network have been tweeting out recently. This is a tweet that they've had to delete in the last week because it was found to be totally ridiculous and offensive. 18-year-old Rahaf Mohammed Al Quinn fled Saudi Arabia as she said her family would kill her for choosing to leave Islam. Do you respect her decision? What an absolute disgrace of a tweet that the BBC is putting out there. Is it right that she's fled her family who threatened to kill her for leaving Islam? Of course it's damn right. She needs to flee her country because she's gonna die, or she's had people threaten to kill her for leaving Islam. The BBC has become so politically correct that we're now taking a narrative that is absolutely ridiculous, offensive, and frankly, it shouldn't be part of our Western values, and it isn't part of our Western values. The fact that the BBC is quite happy to talk about whether it's okay for someone to flee their country over threat of death because they're leaving a religion. I mean, what has Britain come to, and what's the BBC come to that we've become so politically correct that this is somehow, someone, somewhere must have thought this is okay, and obviously they've now deleted the tweet. Now let's have a look at some of the other golden nuggets from the BBC Asia Network in the past on their social media. Is it ever okay to openly criticise homosexuality? What is the right punishment for blasphemy? Cousin marriages, good or bad? Now, these are real headlines from BBC Asia Network pages that you and I have to pay for, politically correct nonsense that is totally at odds with Western values. They genuinely talk about cousin marriages, good or bad. I mean, what kind of a headline is that? And I don't see the left jumping on this either. I mean, the left love to be the people who stand up for minorities, stand up for LGBT people. But when it comes to the BBC Asia Network talking about should we criticise homosexuality, I don't see a huge left-wing outrage mob. And thanks for watching this Reason Rebuttal.